Peter from Window Cleaning World here. I'd like to introduce the twin tank DI system based around our aluminium trolley, which is especially designed for this twin tank system. It perfectly cradles the two tanks, and all we need is one strap to stop it from tipping forward. It is fully customizable to suit your needs. This particular model comes with a small lightweight hose reel that holds 33 metres of the Gardner microbore hose with a 6mm internal diameter, and you could also fit your pole tubing on this same hose reel. There's a little bit of room left. It has swivel fittings right here so that you can reel it in or reel it out as you need, or you could have it without the hose reel if you wanted to run various outlets. You have a twin outlet that you can turn on and off here. We'll turn the tank around and show that here is our pre-filtration. The water comes in here. It has a swivel fitting here as well to prevent the hose from kinking, so you can point it whichever way it wants to point. It goes through a sediment filter which takes out the rust and the carbon, excuse the plane noise, and the carbon filter will neutralize the chlorine to protect your resin. This is tank 1 on the right here. The direction of flow now goes this way, and we have a combo meter here. This measures the flow rate. It also tells you how many litres you've used since you've last reset it, so it's a bit like the trip meter on your car. And that's a useful figure to know, because if you know, based on your local conditions of TDS coming out of the tap, and when you get to know your machine, you'll know that you will need to change the resin at roughly the same amount of litres that has passed through the system. So it's a great way of monitoring this. The other thing that it measures is the TDS coming out of tank 1. You can set an alarm or a set point here, and at the moment I've set it to 70 or 80. The tap water here currently is about 80, so I want it to go off when it pretty much reaches what the tap water is. It will beep at you and a little red light will flash, and you go, aha, it's time to change the resin in tank 1. Tank 1 will be doing most of the work. Tank 2 pretty much kicks in when the resin starts failing in tank 1, which means though you can keep going and squeeze the last little bit of life out of tank 1. You would change the resin in tank 1 and you'd put the fresh resin in this position in the number 2 position, and then put the slightly used resin in the number 1 position. We'll show that in a separate video. It also measures 2 other TDSs. One, what the tap water is. So after it's gone through pre-filtration, which won't really affect the TDS much at all, it measures here with the red sensor what goes in before it goes into the tank. So that would be up here on in, would give you that figure, and if you switch it to out, it will then tell you what your final output is, which will hopefully be 0. So this system here is fully plumbed in with the hose reel, and I'll show you another option here. This one here just has the hooks on the top, which perfectly fits many hose reels, but in particular our Klaba freestanding hose reel comfortably just hangs there. It leans here on the trolley, and I now have a trolley to be able to carry my hose reel, my 100 metres of hose, plus the DI to the tap. I have a hand-free here to hold my pole, so it's one trip from your vehicle to the job site. When you're finished, if you lack the height in your vehicle, let's say you don't have a van, you simply collapse the trolley down, put the pins back in so we don't lose it. Oops, excuse me. Pin back in. Pin back in, and now I have it more compact for storage, also for lifting. It's great to hold onto this bar and this bar. It is a very sturdy trolley which will never rust because it's all out of aluminium, and everything that you need is here. It comes with the filter wrench for the pre-filters, and pretty much set to go. It's our flagship model. It's very popular, available now at Window Cleaning World.